This is a sad story from New York where an Uber driver was spat on and then slashed with an object for not accepting counterfeit money, right? This is the story by the cops that they released here. But I don't know if you've ever been in that situation. I haven't been. Not quite sure immediately how I would have handled it, right? But here's what doesn't make sense. I mean, you're booking the trip as the rider. As it said here, an Uber was viciously attacked and spat on after you refused to take a handful of phony bills as payment for a fare. The cops said a 41-year-old driver was completing a ride near the intersection of 3rd Avenue and 59th Street in Manhattan around 2 a.m. Saturday when his passenger tried to pay for his ride with what seemed to be counterfeit money. Now, surely, if your credit card credentials are online, right? I know that I've been in scenarios where the trip sort of ended because apparently, for some reason, the Visa or MasterCard at some point bounced and said, you don't have sufficient money in the account. I'm not sure how the Uber payment system interacts with the bank to know, okay, well, this guy doesn't have all the money in that bank account. We sort of have to allow the trip to come to an end right now, right? Maybe $100, $120 trip. It's happened to me before. But this guy here surely must have had had enough money in the bank. His card would have been debited, meaning the driver would have received the money through the app. Something is not adding up here. Something is not adding up. Unless the driver said, oh, it's okay, you can switch off, right? You can pay me cash. And they came to some agreement. And then after the trip, the guy didn't have real money. He had counterfeit money. And then something went wrong in that conversation. So the story to me doesn't add up. It really doesn't add up. I also want your thoughts on it. It says, when the driver refused to take the bogus bills, the passenger spit on his face, then slashed his right hand with a sharp object. The passenger fled, and the driver was taken into New York Presbyterian Hospital in stable condition. Now, those hospitals right now are completely overfilled, right? Because of the pandemic. So there he's opening himself up to a whole new problem. The story is from yesterday. But folks, I need your input here because surely they must have had some arrangement, the rider and the driver. And at the end of the trip, the guy wanted to pay with money. The guy checks, hey, this is not real money. These are photo printed dollar notes here. Screw you, right? But it doesn't add up to me. I'd like to hear part 2 of the story because there should be no worry. The rider should not have to have asked the driver if the transaction took place on the phone. All the credit card information was on there in the first place. The guy wouldn't have been able to book the trip if he didn't have any liquidity in his bank. They would have denied him immediately. So your thoughts. Thank you.